is. Yeah, regular viewers may notice something wrong with this picture. There's something missing. A fairly recent, what's the word you're looking for, Jim? It means to obtain something. Acquisition. Big words. Look it up. Yes, Phyllis is missing. Cue photograph. Phyllis broke down on Friday. I took the the valve head to Uncle Steve on Friday to get the stud out. Yeah, I've got one stud I can't get out, needs nut welding on it to get out. Not a big job. So I thought, I'll go to Steve's and do it. And on the way there, I thought, I'll go on Phyllis. So I went on Phyllis, and there was a little stretch of road before Steve's, and I overtook a car which was just fucking about tragically. How the hell can you hold a scooter up? Anyway, I overtook the car, and then instead of going from third gear to fourth gear, I may have gone to second gear. Hard to believe, I know, being a professional rider and all that lot. But I really struggle, with the gear pattern on Phyllis. If I'm thinking about it all the time, I'm okay. But all the gears are down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you ride normal motorcycles, you know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. You know, any Japanese bike you care to mention is like that. So I mean, it's done this way because it's made for flip-flop riding, basically, in the Far Eastern countries, Malaysia, Thailand, and all that lot. Because they ride with flip-flops, they don't get their toes under the pedal. They use a heel and toe shifter, and it's all down for that reason. But unfortunately, when you put a fat fucking stupid European on it, it doesn't work. Anyway, I've come up with a solution for that, which I'm going to put a jockey shifter on it. I'm going to put a hand shifter on it. You know, like rally car style. So it's like up, and then hopefully this fat twat won't get it wrong. It's a big hope, but it's there. Anyway, today's mealage, it's brown sauce day today in the bacon road. Yes, it's definitely a brown sauce day. So anyway, yes, we think might just have tweaked a valve, something like that. We've got good spark. You know, there is fuel. But we put some stat, you bastard, straight down the plug hole, and nothing. There is compression, not an awful lot. It won't push my thumb off the plug hole. Salute. So Steve seems to think we may have just possibly skipped a tooth on the timing chain. That's a possibility. Or maybe just tweaked a valve. Maybe we've just got a valve that's just stuck a bit open because it's slightly bent. If it's slightly bent, true it up on the lathe, or I'll stick new ones in it. New valves are only £11. And yeah, you know, whatever. So yeah, so that's Phyllis news. Yes, and I've just I'm going to do a separate review on it, but I've just bought a cordless jet wash, mainly to like wash the bikes down after a ride and all this lot, because I detest washing vehicles. I detest it. I'm not one of these where you'll ever see on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that and I'll go, oh, I've washed the car again and waxed it and clay barred it and I spent 12 hours just doing one wheel. I am not that kind of bloke. Never have been, never ever will be. To me, a vehicle is a tool ultimately to go from A to B, and if it's a nice thing in the process, fair enough. Motorbike's the same, it's a tool. It gets me out, but ultimately it gets me from A to B. It's got to earn its keep. You know, I'm not, as you can see, I'm not prissy about Nibbler. I quite like Nibbler in the cosmetic state he's in, because that pretty much is how he was found. It's a 1988 bike. Every scratch means something, every mark on it means something, and I quite like that. But at what point does scabby become scabby? There are bikes out there in far, far worse condition than Nibbler, but their owners love them. And I'm getting to like Nibbler. I wouldn't say I love him. Sorry, Nibs. I shouldn't really say that in front of him. He'll have a fucking paddy now. But I am starting to really enjoy it, because this was my dream bike, and I've had ZZRs and stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, ZZRs are better bikes, without a doubt. But you know, he ain't a bad one. He ain't a bad one. And I've put the rack on the back now. The idea is to get a top box that I can chuck my jacket and lid in, so I don't have to carry them about, or chuck a pair of lids in so we don't have to carry them about. And it's also far safer and secure for the pillion, because they've got something just touching up on the back. They know they're not going to slide off the back. Because the trouble is with a bike like this, because you're hanging onto the handlebars, it don't feel that quick. But your pillion is probably having a really hard time keeping the feet on the pegs. You know, it's happened more than once. And I sort of consider myself very, very smooth, or smoothish. Not so smooth now, because I'm still ride rusty, to be honest. So that's your catch up. At some point, probably this week, we'll get inside Phyllis and just have a look, see what's happened, and then we'll take it from there. But she'll be on the road. It'll be pennies to fix, but she'll be on the road sooner rather than later. I've got to get some more red oxide paint and stuff for Pinky, but I did a little test spray of the Honda Cloud Silver frame paint and what have you, and I'm very happy with how it's gone down. The goal with that bike is basically just to get rid of as much corrosion as we can over it, and just repaint it so it just protects it for a good while longer. Because she's had it a long time. I think she's had it about 7, I'm going to get this wrong and she will tell me, 17 years I think. Didn't pay a lot for it, and it's worth a hell of a lot more than what she paid for it, and it's a fantastic bike. I've had Japanese 400s and I've loved them, I've really loved them, but the bike's got a fantastic character as well. It's got a cheeky, fun, friendly, non-threatening character. It's a real pleasure to ride, and you can stuff a lot of big bikes with it, especially around roundabouts and corners, because it's so lightweight and nimble. You know, you can stuff it up a load of bikes, because where a lot of motorcyclists, any fucking knob can go fast in a straight line. It's in the corners where you'll generally get the wobbly brigade, is you'll have them in corners and roundabouts every time, because they haven't got the bottle, or they don't know the machine enough. Anyway, that's enough waffle for me. I'm going to eat my bacon rolls before they go cold. So yeah, so that's what's happening in Jimmy World. Ta-ra!